Hey ghouls, Terror Krueger, the sweetest psychopath you'll ever meet, and welcome back to my channel. Hey ghouls, welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we are going to be going over my horror collection today. I'm super excited to show off all my stuff because I've been collecting stuff for years. Although I feel like I'm kind of like a newbie collector. There is some stuff that I've had for years. I've been collecting since, like, honestly, I was a kid. There's some items in here that I've actually had since childhood that I don't know how I managed to keep and not lose or destroy like a lot of my other stuff I had as a kid. But I'm super excited today to show off everything I have. I have gotten comments and stuff for people like telling me like, oh my god, I love all your horror stuff behind you. What do you have? How long have you been collecting? This and that. So I decided I will go over it today. I'm super excited. I love horror, I love film, I love makeup, you know me. I can go on for hours and hours and hours talking if we are on a topic that I quite enjoy. I mean, like most people, right? Okay, I think I'm gonna start off with some things that are maybe not that horror related. I'm also going to show you some artwork I've had made for me over the years too. The first thing I want to show off, because when I saw this doll, I was like, I have to have it. It was so cute. I found it on eBay, and that is the Mimi Bobak doll from the Drew Carey show. Now, isn't she just the tea? Look at that. She has just like garage doors to the gods. She is fabulous in her little outfit. I thought this was so cute. I actually gifted one to a fellow YouTuber on here named Teresa is Dead. She would mention Mimi Bobak quite often, so I had to give her one myself. I bought another one online and I mailed it to her. I don't know, like, if you're like a younger generation, you probably don't know who Mimi Bobak is. She is a character on the Drew Carey show. She was just like this crazy lady who wore way too much makeup, and I definitely could relate. Okay, this next one isn't a toy, but I've had this since like fucking childhood, and this just has so many memories. Oh my god, it says my real name on here. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up. But this is the Star Wars Encyclopedia. Like, I was such a fucking Star Wars geek growing up. Not only did I love horror movies, I also fucking loved Star Wars like fucking crazy. I mean, I still do, maybe not as much as I did as a kid. My obsession was with Return of the Jedi. I don't know why, I just love the whole, like, Jabba's palace and all the background characters. Like, I am such a fucking geek. Like, oh my god. I didn't know these are in here. Oh my god, that's insane. Okay, there's a Star Wars Underworld comic book of Jabba the Hutt. As I know, just, I don't know what it was that intrigued me so much, and then all the background characters. And if you're a true geek like me, Twi'leks were like my favorite, like, space aliens, or whatever you want to call them. Like, right here. I'm gonna go over them right now because I have action figures of some of them. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this is in here, bitch. I totally forgot I had this. See, here I am geeking out. Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god, bitch. Look how old this is. There is an ad for a Game Boy Color Austin Powers Spy Who Shagged Me game. I actually have that Game Boy. Oh my god. I have that Game Boy right here, and oh my god, I would mostly play like Mario, but I also have like the Gremlins 2 Game Boy. But bitch, like, I actually would spend hours like reading and reading again over my favorite characters. Like, this is the Max Rebo band, some of my favorite characters from the fucking series. But like, I don't like to get too, like, you know, personal on here or whatever, but this book means a lot to me because I remember just like my grandma would come over, I would go sit with her, and I would read her about my favorite characters again and again. Like, she cared. But I mean, it was also a big part of her life because she actually saved this book, and when she passed away, the only thing I wanted from her house was this book because she did keep it. So I have it back, and I love this thing. Oh my god. As I mentioned, Twi'leks were like my favorite of like the alien species on there, but quite a few others. But Ula was like, for some reason, like my like ultimate favorite character, although she's like in 2 scenes and then she dies because she gets eaten by the Rancor right here. like these are like some things I've actually had since childhood that I've still held on to. Like, I know he's out of the box, but look at the condition this fool is in. He is amazing. Like, look at that. Like, he is not scratched, because after I was done playing with him, I was always so careful when I was playing with him. I would always put him back in his box. And then I have Ula. She came with Salacious Crumb, the little like lizard monkey, like Jabba's jester. Like, oh my god, if I could turn this into a Star Wars video and just talk about like the background of all my favorite characters, because oh my god, Wow, I am more of a geek than I thought. But these are something I still cherish to this day. I will never let these go. I fucking love them. This is one of the spider droids you see run behind R2-D2 and 3CPO as they first enter Jabba's palace. This is another one I've had since childhood. I fucking love this thing. It is so fucking cute. I actually have a lot of Star Wars stuff. I was just going through all my shit back there, but like, this is not a Star Wars video, this is a horror video. Okay, as we start moving into horror, this is actually an old Marilyn Manson figure I had from The Beautiful People. This thing was so fucking cool, and I wish I still had it, like the whole thing. He actually came on stilt. You can see the cuffs are still on his leg. And he also had interchangeable heads. I liked putting this one on him, which is like the whole mouth opener thing. His eyes are all crazy, and he actually stood really tall. I used to have him on a shelf where he also had the arm cuffs, and he'd be like super high on stilts. Back then when I had this, like I had like, you know, like I was very needy was Nikki, like in Jennifer's Body. I had this one stupid friend who just liked breaking all my stuff, and unfortunately this was one of the ones he purposely broke, so fuck that asshole. He's like a closet queer now who gained a lot of weight, so karma. Okay, now sorry if this next part's a little shaky. I'm holding it by hand, no longer on my tripod. Obviously, I am a huge fan of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, I have so many like different versions of him. Those comic books behind there were given to me by my dad for my birthday. Also, this large Freddy Krueger, he used to talk. He had a sensor in him, so he would like say shit as he passed by. My dad found that in a collector shop somewhere and gave it to me one year for my birthday. I absolutely fucking love that. That bitch is huge. This is also a replica of like Freddy's glove. My dad also gave me like years ago. A cool story, well, like a fucking piss off story. My dad is a welder, and he actually made me like a realistic looking glove that I had when I was a child. I remember one time he actually bought me this giant Stay Puft. If you don't know who that is, he's from Ghostbusters, and me and my cousin used the claw to like fuck him up. Unfortunately, someone did steal that from me growing up, so I no longer have it. He's talked about making me a new one for years, but he's yet to do that. Hopefully one day, maybe, I don't know. The black and white one is Super Freddy. He is from part 5, which is Dream Child. Honestly, I fucking hate that movie, but Super Freddy was just too cute. I had to have him. These are some of the newer figures from NECA, like the Ultimate figure. This is, of course, Freddy Krueger from part 1. I went ahead and just like, you know, put the face on him when Tina rips it off. And there's Tina's face down there. And then his hand when he cuts off his finger with this iconic line, "This is God." And right here you see Debbie. She is from part 4. She actually is one of my favorite deaths. I did a countdown. She gets turned into a roach and smashed. An ex-boyfriend actually gave me that figure for my birthday one year. The toy lasted longer than he did. I meant as in like presents in my life. And of course here is one of my favorites. This is the Worm Freddy when he eats Patricia Arquette from part 3. He is super fucking cute. Going down to one of my favorite things ever is the television Freddy Krueger. Actually, he is my new tattoo in the works. I have done. I still have to go back for coloring and detailing, which I'm super excited for. If you take a peek in the back, that is Freddy Krueger from part 3, Dream Warriors. My aunt actually gave me that a long time ago when I was a kid. I've saved him to this day. Still looks pretty badass. Here is another one, a new Freddy Krueger. He came with Little Freddy, Puppet Freddy with the little house. That is from part 3 again with his syringe fingers. One of my favorite parts of part 3 when he kills Terry with the "Let's Get High." And next is my Friday the 13th collection. These are all the different forms of Jason. This one I recently bought. This is Jason from part 2. Before he even gets his iconic mask, a lot of people don't know, but Jason actually didn't sport the hockey mask till part 3 after he gets it from killing a character named Shelly. I also have the little fire thing here, Jason's mother's head. I also have the corpse of Jason's mother right here. Her hair is so gross. I love it. There's little worms and shit coming out of her. Sorry if it's not focusing. These two I've actually had for quite some time. I think I got these back when I was in high school. I found them at this random little collector store back in the day. This is Jason from the New Blood, which they are actually coming out with a new version of him from NECA. I can't wait to get him. They keep pushing the date back. It's so annoying, but I think these are from Monster Maniacs. I could be mistaken. This one is Jason X from one of my favorite Friday the 13th. Although it is fucking stupid, it's just a fun movie to watch. Like, I wish NECA would make a figure of him, but you know, the ongoing lawsuit, I don't see that happening anytime soon. This is my Freddy versus Jason. His bloody mask. He's wearing like his little like Frankenstein platform shoes. And then this is the Jason that Corey Feldman kills. The little fucking axe in his head. Well, meat cleaver in his head. Oh my god, so I have a funny story about Jason from part 6. Okay, so I've mentioned it before. I am in this upcoming horror movie called Fanboy 13. I do play an extra at a horror convention. I have some lines in the movie. Let's see if it makes the final cut. But I did get to work with CJ Graham. He signed that photo for me back there. Terror, Jason Lives. One of the funny things on set, because we were on set for like 5 hours just standing there talking to each other, he was a Chippendales dancer. And on set they had photos of him from his Chippendale days that I thought was so fucking funny. So in the scene of the movie, he picks up a picture of him as Jason for me to sign, this one right here. But then I actually kind of like introverted myself into giving a line and saying, no, can you sign this one? It actually got a good reaction. He laughed. The director liked it. They made me do 2 takes. Hopefully that scene makes it into the movie. If not, hopefully you still see me standing around in the back. But that is the photo of Jason from Jason Lives in his Chippendale days back in the day. Collection. This is Stooge and Suzanne from Night of the Demons, one of my favorite fucking movies ever. Linnea Quigley, I also got to meet her back in the day at a horror convention. I have actually met her at a horror convention. She was super sweet, super nice, awkward. She hit on my dad, but it was funny. Anyways, this is Victor Crowley from the movie Hatchet. If you haven't seen it, I think you should definitely check it out. The first one I really enjoyed. I didn't really pay attention to the sequels after that, but Victor Crowley was so cute, I had to have him. Of course, the iconic Candyman. I fucking love Candyman. Again, I only cared for the first one. I don't really care for any of the sequels, although I am super excited for the sequel. Remake sequel, I'm not sure what it is. I'm just super excited to see it. I'm so like that they fucking postponed it because of COVID, so I hope it comes out soon. I'm dying to see the new one. And oh my god, who doesn't love Chucky and Tiffany? I have this Chucky right here in this little good guy box, and then of course Chucky from Bride of Chucky and Tiffany. Although I feel like her eyes are a little fucked up, but that's the way she looks. My friend has this collection too, and her eyes are just fucked up. I don't know why. I also have some of the old VHSs. I love collecting old VHS tapes. I wish I had more. I do have some of the Nightmare on Elm Street ones. Did I show that? I have part 3 and I have part 1. I found at a thrift store a long time ago. And these are my 2 versions of Ghostface. They're both from NECA. This one actually glows in the dark when you leave the light on his face. And these are sponges I've collected from an awesome brand called Bat and Bruja. Use code TERRA for 15% off all sponges. And Tarman. Oh my god, I did not take this fool out of the box for the longest time. Along with a few others I have, like the Gremlins and shit. I kept them in the boxes for the longest time. But then I was like, bitch, these are mine. I'm never gonna sell them. And I want the full experience of opening them, setting them up. So I went ahead and opened him up. The little brain on the floor with a bite in it, him in his little fucking tub that he breaks out of later, and Tarman is just so iconic. I remember I saw this movie when I was really, really young, and he just scared the shit out of me when he first came out. I fucking love him. And Creepshow, I recently purchased him. I thought he was super cute. Came with a skull, came with a little comic book. And Hellraiser, again, this is one of the movies where I only really cared for the first one, not necessarily any of the sequels, but Pinhead is iconic, so I just had to have him as well. And if you've never seen the movie They Live, this is definitely one of those movies you need to check out for yourself. These are aliens. They are in disguise as humans. When the guy gets these special glasses, he can see what they really look like, and this is what they look like. Also, all the newspapers and ads all actually say different things on them. This movie was so ahead of its time. I mean, it's just so fucking good. I think if you haven't checked it out, you need to check this movie out. They Live is so fucking iconic and so fucking good. I really recommend checking that one out. And then here's some of my Pennywises. It is one of the few movies where I actually really enjoyed the remake. I have this little fool right here. There's a little paper boat that always falls over that came with my original Pennywise. That's the Tim Curry's Pennywise. The balloons. I fucking love the spider. If you know me, I love fucking spiders, so I had to have that one. And this one, I just love how the pulls through his face. That's why I bought 2. I was just gonna buy 1 originally, but I had to have 2. And right here is my Texas Chainsaw Massacre family. Of course, there's Leatherface. I do have another Leatherface. He's at the bottom over there. I forgot to grab him, but he is like the 2003 remake. But I love OG Leatherface. The VHS I've actually had since childhood. My aunt gave that to me a long ass time ago. I've saved it. I fucking love that. It's like the box is all beat up, just goes well with it. There is a Bratz head. I like defaced her and cut her up. I've had that also since like fucking middle school. I just threw it here because it went with the aesthetic of it. Of course, there's Chop Top, Leatherface's groovy ass brother. Has the other brother who gets run over. And a lot of people don't know that Nubs in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the body he's like playing with on the top of the car, is actually the dead body of the brother from the first one that gets run over by the semi-truck. Up here, I can't wait to add the Wolfman that's coming out from NECA pretty soon. Also, Bad and Bruja like oil control sheets, code TERR 50% off. Sam, iconic from Trick or Treat. Now, this is one of those movies I remember reading about in high school, and it like came out years later unannounced. I remember me and my friend were just at Walmart, and we like saw that the movie's for sale, and we're like, is this that movie we were talking about years ago? It was. Fucking loved it. King Kong, iconic, fucking love him. This was so, he's actually like really heavy. I was surprised like how heavy this figure was. I love him so much. And of course, Halloween. Here's my Michael Myers. I actually had an old Michael Myers figure. I believe he was part of the Monster Maniacs from a long time ago. I have no idea what happened to him, but I couldn't have my collection complete without Michael, so I bought this one from the horrible 2018 sequel. But my favorite part of the collection is actually these three from Season of the Witch. They came with the little TV with the silver shamrock commercial and their masks after, like, you know, the commercial plays and it eats their heads or whatever. These are so fucking amazing. It took me so long to find these guys. I fucking love them. And up here, I have like an old Bruce Wayne like castle thing from childhood. I just put it up there because I just can't bear to get rid of it. I'm a fucking hoarder. But I do have Valak as the nun from The Conjuring, also little Annabelle, and the Crooked Man. I just thought he was so cute. And Tarman again. I bought this mask just this last year. Or this year, I don't remember. I was in Las Vegas. I visited Nightmare Toys. I saw this motherfucker and I had to have it. I think he's so fucking cute. I just love Tarman from Return of the Living. Okay, sorry about the lighting over here. My fucking ring light doesn't fit and it's upsetting because these are some of my favorites over here. Here is Penguin. If you saw my last video, you saw that I was with Fish the Clown. We both bought the Penguin and Catwoman. Catwoman is still not coming yet, but I fucking love him. Of course, we talk about him in that video. And I also mentioned this duck. My friend Dirty Valerie on Instagram made this for me by hand. She sculpted this out. I put it on a headband. Look at, there's the little duck from Hot Wheels I bought ages ago also. But look how fucking like perfect, like, hello baby duck, mama duck. Like, these are so, it's so fucking cute. Like, she sculpted this thing and it's a hard material. It is paper mache, but look in there, she even put detail on the seat, the steering wheel, like everything. Speaking of things that have been made for me, critters, oh my god, I did a whole video on these little fuckers. Mike Skaggs of the Living Dead on Instagram handmade these himself. I ordered 2 iconic black ones, so fucking precious. Look at them. I can't get over them still also. And then I had a special like green one made. They're so fucking cute. Look at that. Precious. I fucking love these guys. Like, I also have an old Fangoria issue from when part 2 came out. I have this old poster that I've had for like a million years. And a bit of controversy. I'm not doing this on purpose. I totally forgot his name. I'll find his name and put it up here. He made me this mask. Originally, he made me this fierce ass Baphomet mask right here, if y'all can see this. This was like also hand sculpted and made. I fucking love this. This Baphomet mask is huge. I've worn it for a show once. Now he just lives here on my wall looking over me at night. Super cute. And then he also had this other one called the Monstar, and when I purchased this for him, he does hand make them, of course, as ordered. So if you can take a look at there, he did detail it to make it look burnt because, you know, my name's terrorkrueger. He wanted to give it more of a Freddy Krueger feel to it because the original mask is just like white and kind of looks like the moon. He is like a star, so he's the Monstar. But I love that he actually gave this like detail of like burnt skin on this demonic face. I fucking love this thing so much. There's a bit of controversy around this artist. I won't get into it unless you guys want to know about it, but I can't deny he made some fucking amazing ass fucking masks. I wish I could order more for him, but he is no longer making masks. Anyways, let's move over to Gremlins. Who the fuck doesn't love Gremlins? These, oh my god, like I said, if I was a fucking child, I would have died to fucking have these because Gremlins is so iconic. I fucking love them. I think they're the biggest part of my collection that I do own. This is the Bat Gremlin. A VHS copy I have of Gremlins. I remember my dad bought this for me at Suncoast a million years ago. I remember I was really sick that day, and I guess I had like a stomach bug or whatever. I started throwing up and he just picked me up and stuck my head in the trash can, and I was so embarrassed. So to make me feel better, he bought me the Gremlins VHS tape because I'm old. Speaking of things from childhood, my dad bought me this at an old fucking collector store back when I was a child. I still have him. It is Stripe. He is a figure from the 80s. I have him paired up with the new Stripe from the Ultimate Collection of Gremlins. I also have him paired up with Stripe, the Ultimate figure from NECA. Super cute. I also have the Christmas version of him down here somewhere. Of course, the Flasher Gremlin. Who doesn't remember him? And then, of course, I have Daffy, Mohawk, George and Lenny. Super fucking cute. My friend gave me this fucking giant good guy doll for my birthday one year. He even wrapped it up like in the original movie when he came to my house. He's like, this isn't groceries. These are so fucking cute. One of the best Chucky dolls I've had. And then a good friend from work actually gave me this. He found this out when he was shopping around. It's a good guy energy drink. If you know me in my real life, I'm addicted to monsters. I drink them all the time, and he knows I love horror, so he found that, thought it was cool, bought it for me. I put it up here next to Chucky. I was really tempted to drink it, but I think it's cuter just to keep, you know, saved and preserved with the rest of my collection. And of course, I have some old Fangoria. I have like a stack of Fangoria magazines. I have a shitload of them. This one is from Gremlins 2, the new batch when it came out. And of course, the Spider Gremlin. He is actually from the first collection that came out. I know they relaunched him later, but this is the first one. I bought him for a ridiculous amount of money on eBay years ago. I'm embarrassed to say how much I actually paid for him, especially because that same year they relaunched him, and yeah. These little mogwais of Mohawk and Daffy. Daffy was like my fucking favorite. I fucking love Daffy. He is so fucking cute. One of my favorite little gremlins ever. And of course, George and Lenny, the two little duo, little mogwais, goofy fucker, grumpy fucker. I love them. And one of the latest gremlins to add to the collection is Greta. Iconic. I also did a video recreating her look. One of my closest friends gave me this portrait of her. I know a local artist made it. I'm so sorry. I think that's the name. The Great Pumpkin Toad. Oh my god. I also have a Baphomet necklace they made. A friend gave me that for my birthday also one year. This is a Trick or Treat Studios Striper. He's like supposed to be a replica from the movie, so he's actually really hollow inside, and I don't know, he was kind of expensive, and from the quality he's kind of cheap. This little Mohawk from Hot Topic that I bought like fucking 2003 is like way better quality. You know what? I've never been able to find him again. He's probably worth a good amount. I've searched and searched for him online as well, and I have never, ever, ever been able to find another one. So he is one of like my favorite pieces ever. I fucking love him. Some of the last things I almost forgot to show off because they're hanging on my wall by my door is my Spy from Mars Attacks. I fucking love her. I used to have this back when I was a child, but who knows what happened to it. I actually repurchased this quite a few years ago. I found her at a collector shop. I had to have her. She used to work. You can barely hear it now. But she used to talk. I also have this one I bought probably back when I was like maybe high school, right out of high school. I don't remember. This is like from the comic book. I used to have like every single figure from the movie. Of course, as a kid, I was really young when that came out, so who knows what happened to all those figures. I wish I still had them. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, my little toy tour, whatever you want to call it. I never realized how much of a geek I was till I made this video. But I love collecting anything like memorabilia from like horror, anything somewhat of that. There's definitely, my collection will keep growing. It's grown so much just in this past year. I feel like I didn't have as much as I thought I did doing this video. Cause I've had some stuff since I was a kid, and like most of it, I honestly have to admit, a lot of it was bought within the last at least like 2 or 3 years. Back when I was working in the makeup industry, I was just crazy like makeup obsessed. So all my money went to like every collection that came out. and now I'm kind of like, God, that was such a fucking waste of money. I've given so much makeup away, and there's some that's like piled everywhere that I just no longer fucking use or touch. Maybe I should do a video on all the makeup I still have that I haven't given away. Because seriously, like, I have like a couple palettes that have like all the basic colors you're ever gonna need, neons, mattes, glitters, whatever. Even now collections come out and I'm like, that's cute, but I have like 17 of that. I don't need it. Oh my god, like the lipsticks, I was crazy obsessed with lipstick. I have lipsticks that I've never opened from like 7 years ago. I should probably throw away. But anyways, I also recently was featured on a podcast. I'll go ahead and link that down below once they put it up. I had so much fun filming. Everyone is super sweet. I had such a fun time. Hopefully you guys enjoy the interview. We had fun, talked about a bunch of racy shit. I feel like I'm gonna need to do a video to explain myself on certain things I talked about in there. You know, just to clear up, you know, I was lost in the fun. I was joking a lot, and then I kind of forgot to be like, oh wait, I was joking. Oh wait, let me explain that. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully that video doesn't get me in too much trouble. But if you want to hang out with me between uploads, you can follow me on Instagram. That's terra_krueger. I'll also leave it next to my TikTok down below. And also next to the cash app if you want to tip this witch. But until the next time, this is Terra Krueger, and I'll see you ghouls later. Bye.